Hey, what's up, guys? This is Brian at Whisper Status 74. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the channel. Today's video will be a Super Bowl sale, the final Super Bowl prices for LG, Sony, and Samsung.
I've seen things people wouldn't believe.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I have all the prices for LG, Sony, and Samsung. We will do Samsung at the end as it is the most information covering the Q900A, 800A, QN90A, QN85A, the frame. We also have the Terrace on here. We have a lot of their lineup. They've got pretty large price drops. All of this was compiled by Robert Zone of Value Electronics. Very good friend to the channel, well known in the industry for his kindness, generosity, and his passion. Thank you, Robert. He was able to compile all these prices for me last minute before these prices went live. It is now midnight. I just got back from LA, and I want to get this here for you. You'll see the emails that he sent me on screen, the charts, but I have compiled them myself to put them together in subsections. So I'll read those to you, but you will have these charts on screen to help you get through them. I'll be reading them to you. I know it's not the most professional way to do it, but we are doing this last minute before these prices are live. They will be live as you wake up. So first and foremost, that we're going to go through quickly is Sony's price drops. Now, when you see Robert's charts on screen, what you're going to see is, I think I'm reading you a story. You're going to see MSRP. You're going to see the UPP sale price. Then you're going to see the UPP compliant lowest price. The MSRP is what the panel launched at, or was their initial price whenever they decided to launch it. The next price down was the sale price as of yesterday. And the price, the UPP compliant, is the absolute lowest that we're allowed to sell it to you. Retailers can't sell it lower than that. They're very strict with these roadmaps. So again, it's very kind of Robert to send me this and have me share it with you guys. So again, please consider making your next AV purchase through them. Check them in the description. Love them. All right, first we're going to start off with Sony. XR85Z9J. This is their 8K flagship LED from last year. A lot of you guys wanted to see a price drop in this. The initial price, or the price yesterday, was $8,999. It is down to $7,997. That is quite a big price drop for the 8K flagship. Sony released their products very late last year. Now, before I go further, I won't talk about this a lot. Some of the price drops you're not going to see. There isn't a lot of inventory left. Speaking to Robert, there's not a lot there. So you're not seeing some of the price drops that you're accustomed to seeing what we saw the year before. So just keep that in mind as we go forward. So the Z9J is down from $899 to $799. Then you have the 65-inch A80J, which is down from, or starts at $2199, is down to $1999. So you have a good drop there as well. Then you have the 48-inch A9S Master Series OLED, which Robert lent me. I had that panel for about 6 months. You can see it on this channel. That goes from $1299 to $1199. Now, that price drop is not a lot, but the reason why I like having the MSRP on there is you can actually see what these panels initially launched at. The A9S was over $2,000 when it launched. Then we have the 55-inch X90J, which has also been on a channel that Robert lent to me. That was $1,099. It is down to $999. Then you have the 75-inch X90J, which is $1,699 to $1,599. A lot of $99. But here's the one many of you have been waiting for. It is the 75-inch X95J, which was $2,999, and it has been dropped to $2,299. That is Sony's lineup. I'm very pleased to see the X95 have a drop, as well as the Z9J. Again, these are high-end. They were released very late in the year. The A90J also had a big price drop, but this is their last Super Bowl drop. These prices will not go lower. Now, quickly, we're also going to jump to LG, which Robert was able to sneak in for me last minute. Excuse me. A little jet lagged, forgive me. So LG, what we have is the 77-inch G1 is down $100 from $3,799 to $3,699. The 65-inch G1 is $23.99. It is down to $22.99. Not huge price drops. Again, OLEDs, there isn't a lot of inventory, and they've sold so well, they don't really need to drop the price much. Then you have the 55-inch G1, which dropped from $1,699 to $1,599. Then the drop a lot of you guys have been waiting for is the 83-inch C1, dropped from $5,299 to $4,999. That is a nice drop there. The 77 C1 has not dropped. It is the same price. The 65-inch C1 went from $1,899 to $1,799. The 55-inch C1, $1,499 to $1,299. And then the 48-inch C1 went from $1,199 to $1,099. So that is LG's drops. Again, not a huge amount of movement from them. Their OLED sold amazingly well last year, and you're seeing them now moving into dropping like Sony and Samsung. Their models will be here March, April. They'll be dropping much sooner than last year. So not as many price drops from LG as many of you have hoped. Right behind me, if you don't know me, this is an 83-inch C1. Now we're going to go into Samsung's lineup. Samsung's lineup will take me quite a while, as we're going to go over the QN900A, QN800A, QN90A, Q85A, also the Terrace, the Frame, and I think we have another one on here, but we'll go through them together. But if you look at what I put on screen here, what you're going to see, if you look at it, is you're going to see the blue is there we go, I'll start off here. The MSRP is what you see at the top. What it originally launched at, when you drop down to the UPP, that was what the price dropped to and what it's been selling at recently. The further drop is gray versus gray. That's where you're seeing the big price drop at the bottom. He set that up for me, so thank you again, Robert, for making it easy. The bottom gray category is what you're looking at. Those are where the two prices go from what they were yesterday to now. But again, the top in the black is the MSRP, the UPP is the sale price, and the UPP compliant is what it was yesterday, and the next right one you see is what it is today. So just figured I'd let you guys know that. It took me a very long time to figure that out. I had him on the phone for quite a while trying to figure that out. But let's go through Samsung's lineup. Samsung, a lot of respect to them, releasing their panels very early, offering a lot of sizes and a lot of choices. So we're going to start quickly with Samsung's. I think I am reading you guys a bedtime story. We're going to start with Samsung's QN900A. Now, before I continue, keep in mind that last year we saw a huge drop from the 900T, the 950TS, from $10,000 down to $3,000. You're not going to see that this year. I'm telling you, the inventory is just not there. But you are going to see some price drops in this range. So the Samsung QN900A at 85 inches goes from $6,499 to $5,499. Now, the reason why I want to talk about that price quickly is if you compare that to the Z9J, which has dropped to $7,997, you're looking at, a $2,000 price difference for the QN900 or the Q900A. I always call it the QN900A. So that's a pretty substantial price drop, but they are keeping themselves just below Sony by a certain margin. I bet you that's why they're not budging. And the Z9J came out too late in the year to take a hit and drop it close to this price. The Q900A we reviewed very early in the year. 75 inches, you don't have any movement. It's $44.99, still that price. And 65 inches, you don't have any movement. Remember, these are 8K flagships. Now, the fact that you're not seeing them move in price lets me know there aren't many in inventory at all. They don't need to sell them, where they did have a ton of inventory last year in the 8K flagship. They did not have that this year. Up next, we have the Samsung Q800A, which at 85 inches is $4,999. It is down to $4,199. I'll keep these charts up so you can see them. And then the 75 inch, there is no change. It's still $32.99 and $32.99. Again, keep in mind, these are their 8K panels. They will not take a huge loss on them if they don't have much in inventory. The 65 inch goes from $2,799 to $2,699, just a $100 price drop. But for the 85 inch Q900A, that's a nice drop and not a bad drop at all for the Q800A. Both amazing panels. The Q900A is basically bezel-less, gorgeous display, kind of panel that does grab your attention whenever you walk in store. So we're gonna go next to the 4K flagship and probably one of the best LEDs last year, mini LED, which is the Samsung QN90A. What I love about the QN90A is that it has so many sizes. So please bear with me. We're going to start off with the QN98 QN90A, which hasn't even released yet in stores. We'll see that at Robert's within the next few weeks, hopefully. I'm going to tell you the MSRP for that one is $17,999. It is the 98-inch QN90A. It goes head-to-head against the X92 from Sony, which is 100 inches. It's been delayed, which I think is going to hurt it, but its price has been dropped to $14,999. Now keep in mind, that's a 98-inch LED, mini LED, I should say. Then the 85-inch QN90A goes from $3,799 down to $3,299. The 75-inch drops a few $100 from $2,799 to $2,599. The 65-inch goes from $2,199 down to $1,899. A lot of 99. Wow. The 55-inch actually drops from $1,599 down to $1,299. The 50-inch, this is where I love that they have different sizes, is $1,399 down to $1,199. And the 43-inch saw no change. It's still $1,299 and it remains $1,299. So no change there. Again, as they get smaller, their markets really shrink. So we're going to finish the main part of Samsung now with the Samsung QN85A. And again, forgive me for not putting these prices up myself. You will see this paperwork from Robert up there. The QN85A, which is a very popular panel, 85 inches, it goes from $3,299 to $2,999. The 75-inch goes from $2,699 to $1,999. The 65-inch has no change at $1,499. The 55-inch has dropped from $1,499 to $1,099, which is interesting because I mentioned this in other videos. Sometimes panels at different sizes cost the same. So be very careful when you're looking for a 55. For a little while there, those were exactly the same price at 55 and 65. Now we're going to finish up with Samsung. We're going to cover the Terrace, which if you've never seen the Terrace, it is pretty amazing. It's the Terrace Full Sun. At 75 inches, it's the LST9T. It is from $12,999 down to $10,999. Now, between the Terrace and the frame, a lot of us that are mainstream TV guys don't really focus on these panels, but they are very popular and they do serve a specific need. The frame is purely aesthetic. People love it. They love to dress them up. We do have those prices here, but the Terrace is really pretty amazing to see outside. I've seen it demoed outside. It looks like one in your living room that ends up outside. Pretty amazing. That one, as I mentioned, went from $12,999 to $10,099. The 65-inch went from $9,999 to $8,499. Now, the LST7T is the frame. We have it here at 75 inches from $6,499. There is no change. It still remains $6,499. It is a very popular size. The 65-inch did drop $700 from $4,999 to $4,299. The 55-inch drops as well from $3,499 to $2,999. Now, there's other prices that are on these charts that are the Samsung that turns, and there's also another gallery panel on here. I'll let you guys check those out through here as the video is getting rather long. So I did a video the other day on buyer's advice and should you buy last year's panel. Now, it's a great time for many of you that have been looking at panels. These price drops allow you to not only purchase a panel that you have looked at all year, but allows you to buy a larger one. What I like about hanging back like that is you get a larger panel, more bang for the buck as the new panels come out. But keep in mind, there will not be, as I mentioned before, a lot of time. Typically, this price drop will also follow another price drop when these panels come out. That is not being promised this year at all. These are good, I believe, for 6 weeks, at least the Samsung ones are. Robert can't reveal much more to me than that, which is why you're getting this information right before it comes out. Can't release a lot of that to me. I know some of the stuff, and I can't release it until last minute. So he has to really be careful with that and share that when it's appropriate. But unlike last year, when you saw new panels come out, the other panels would go down. You're not really going to see that this year. As we saw with the OLEDs, they didn't drop much at all. LG C1 was priced pretty fairly at launch. Same with the Sony A80J. The A90 just went on sale for a huge discount. Seeing the X90 go down, but more importantly, seeing the Sony X95J go down before the X95K releases is a huge jump. You guys really wanted to see that. I am very excited. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice. I'm pretty jet lagged. I'm very excited for this year. You know, working and collaborating, especially with Value Electronics. And I've brought up Robert many times in this video, but I am very grateful that he allows me to have this information, lets me shoot in store so I can bring you panels like the LG ZX and the ZX2, which you'll see when it launches. So I'm very grateful to have the ability to share that with you. Again, check them out in the description below. They ship nationwide, and they also have an awesome in-store location at Scarsdale, New York. Very excited for this year. I'll get a video with Robert in a few days about what he's most excited for. Let me know in the comments what you're most excited for. Are you happy with these price drops? Did you expect them to be more? What did you think of last year's lineup? Did you struggle as there was shortages everywhere and really small allocations? What do you think? What are you looking forward to? We're going to have all kinds of content here. We'll have panels here from Value Electronics. We'll have open boxes there. We're going to do QD OLED versus A90J. It's going to be a very, very exciting year for us, as well as being able to bring you the prices of the new panels as they launch. I'll bring you that information as well. Again, I apologize for the sloppy form of this video, but thank you so much for watching. Love you guys, and I will see you in the comments.